can think of you caught up in circles. Confusion is nothing new. Flashback to warm nights almost left behind. Suitcase of memory. Time after sometimes you picture me. I'm walking too far ahead. You're calling to me and I can't hear what you've said. And you say, go slow.
Hi, I'm looking for Shakespeare.
I fall behind. The drum beats out of time. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I'll be waiting. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I will be waiting. Time after time. Time after time.
Time after time. Oh, that's such a beautiful song. I know. If you're lost, you can look and you will find us here on Buju Nana Buju. If you fall, I will catch you. I will be waiting. Okay, hey, Buju. And welcome back to Buju Nana Buju, sweetie. Well, thank you. Good evening. Well, good evening. I am Nana Buju. This is Natasha. Buju, everybody. Over here is the Rockstar Cartoonist. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the show. How you doing, buddy? I'm doing great. How are you? Not too bad. I can't complain. I can't complain on this beautiful evening. On this... Okay. I can fix that. Anima egg, is you good? Anima egg, is you good, sweetie? Anima egg, is you good? It's prayer day. Did you want to go outside and say a prayer? Maybe I should. Should I teleport you? Yeah, could you? Anima egg, is you good? We should start the show with a prayer, but I'm going to go outside real quick before the sun goes down. Okay. And, yeah, just set me anywhere. Okay. When to teleport? Make it so number 1. All right. Oh, wow. Well, this is nice. Gonna just take a little tobacco. A little Asema. Prayer day. Anima A is a day we Anima A. We pray. Anima A. To the Great Spirit, Gitchimanadu. And I always like to offer him a little tobacco just to listen to my prayer. You know. Gitchimanadu. Otapana Niwi Asema. Accept my, Great Spirit, accept my tobacco. Miigwech Bizendawieg Niwi Anima E. Thank you for listening to my prayer. Wanna go Sheen this evening? Miigwech Kaiji Kakina Geku Kaiji Chikean Nungum. Thank you for everything that you do today. Thank you for the Beneshiag. Miigwech for the birds. Miigwech Kaiji Bamada Ziyan. Thank you for my life. Aho Miigwech. Apenge. Amen. Oh, P.S. You can do that sometimes. You think of something else. P.S. Teka wituka wishen ando minowe nungom. And please help me to speak well today. Miigwech. Nibi. Water. I'm a water protector. Hey, stay away. You want to hurt my water? I'm here to protect it. She's mother to us all. Nah. Should I go hug a tree? Well, I think I'll go back. Okay, hey, Boozhoo. Hi, sweetie. You ready to come home now to Boozhoo? Yeah, would you mind picking me up? Not at all. Hang on, gotta scan for your coordinates. I'm in the same spot. I know, but you gotta say it. Oh, okay. When to teleport? Make it so, number one. Nah. Hey, baby doll. Well, hey there. Welcome back. Thank you. Did you say a little prayer? I did. Did you say a prayer for me? No, I forgot. Oh, thanks for nothing. Thanks for Gawin Gegu. Thanks for no thing. Gawin Gegu, nothing. I forgot. I just kind of asked him to help me speak well. And, the usual. Offer him some tobacco and that. Okay. I'll pray for you next time. Yeah, man. So, what's going on with you guys? Oh, wow. Look at all these people here, sweetie. Is the Boozhoo crew filing in? Yeah, they sure are. John Redcorner's in the front of the class. Well, we should give him a gold star. Hey, Boozhoo, John. Gold star next to John's name on the board. Hey, John. And Shannon Hall's in with a Boozhoo. How you doing, Shannon? Silver star for Shannon Hall. Silver star for Shannon Hall. Boozhoo, Shannon. And Sequoia Hummingbird's in with a, oh, goody, you're here. Yep, we're here. We're here. We're queer. We won't disappear. We're not queer. We are totally queer. Well, what do you mean by queer? The original real word of that, meaning of that word. We're just strange. You think we're strange? Oh, yeah. This is the weirdest little podcast I've ever seen. We're gay and queer. We're happy and strange. Yeah. No, I'm not a sodomite, you guys. Come on. Get your head out of the gutter. We're gay and queer and proud. Are you proud? Yeah. What's the word for proud? I can't remember. Ishpanimal. 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 Gijig? Something like that. Jesus? Jesus. Happy Pride Month. For the people who are truly happy and weird. Happy and strange. We are the Goon Squad and we're coming to town. Beep, beep. Ooh, Nancy Schmancy. Bonjour, Nancy Schmancy. Well, hello, Nancy Schmancy. Do we get a star for Sequoia? Oh, I forgot. And a bronze star for Sequoia. Bronze star for Sequoia being in third. And then, or wait. Yeah, it goes John, Shannon, Sequoia. But then there's Nancy Schmancy's in fourth. What can you give Nancy Schmancy? I'll just put a little smiley face. A little smiley from the sun. Okay. We just drew a little smiley face next to your name. We can't give you a star, you know. Those are the rules of the Olympics. The Olympics have strict rules, you know, except when it comes to, you know, who can swim against the ladies. Yeah, no, anybody can do that. Yeah. You can be a dude and compete against the ladies. Yep. Hey, Wigglebutt Farm is back. What was you, Wigglebutt? What's going on, Wigglebutt Farm? And let's see, one named Wild. Bonjour, Wild. Wild's happy. Is Wild gay? Yeah. Gay old named Wild is here. Hey, bonjour. Anine. Anine. Bonjour. Bonjour is our word for hello. It is also the French word for hello. If you come to Minnesota, we've never actually met real French people. Yeah, everyone's a descendant of a French fur trader, but they'll pronounce this bonjour. You know, bonjour. Yeah. But I guess when you really say it, it sounds a lot like bonjour. I don't know what that's about. I don't really understand the word bonjour. Really? Yeah, kind of. I mean, they say it means hello, but then there's my name, Nana Bonjour. What's that about? Beats me. But I do know when you say goodbye, in the Anishinaabe way, I'm always telling the callers here. People call into the show. If you watch the show before, we get a lot of celebrity callers who want to learn Ojibwe, you know. And they'll always ask, hey, how do you say goodbye? And I have to remind them, no, in our way, we don't say goodbye. We say, I'll see you again. Because we know that maybe even if it's not till the spirit world, but we never say goodbye. Because we know we'll always see you again. Gi gawaba min. Minawa. I'll see you again, sweetie. You'll see me right now. Well, yeah, I can see you noon goom too. Bonjour. But you can also say Anin. I know. I mean, Anin is like, hello. Anin, Nana Booze, says Shannon. Nana. My name should be Wanna Booze. Bonjour, wanna booze? Wanna booze up? It's Sunday night. The football game. I think football. The Twins were playing. Oh, yeah. I hear the Twins were playing this afternoon. The Twins are a baseball team here in Minnesota. Minnesota. Everything's a long O in Minnesota. I know, we're so lame. So Minnesotan. But you want to take a call, sweetie? Well, sure, I'll take a call. Line 2. Line 2. Caller, welcome to the Bonjour Nana Bonjour podcast. You're on the air. Mino onagoshin Nana Bonjour. Hey, very good. Sweetie, it's the Count. He's saying good evening in Ojibwe. Well, hi, Count. How are you? Oh, good evening, Natasha. I am doing very well indeed. I love to count. And I love to learn the Ojibwe language. Yeah, you do. So, wait. Mino onagoshin. Onagoshin, probably, huh? Good evening. That's what vampires always say. Yeah, they do. Mino onagoshin. That's what as I say when I am in Indian country. And sometimes I like to go out all evening. Gabe onagosh. All evening. Yep. You know, he wants to rock and roll all night and party every day. He wants to rock and roll gabe onagosh all evening. I love to party every day. You sound like Paul Stanley. Yes. So is that why you called in? You wanted to teach the Ojibwe word of the day? Yes, it is so very important to me to teach the Ojibwe language to the children. I thought you were like the counting guy. Well, I teach counting too. But when I am on your show, I love to speak Ojibwe. Ah, ah. Okay. Well, listen, I better let you go, Count. Oh, yes, of course. And I will not ask you how do you say goodbye, for I know we do not say goodbye in Ojibwe. No, that's right. We say, I will see you again. Gigawabamin, Minowa, ah, ah, ah. That's right, buddy. Gigawabamin, Minowa, Count. Wow, that guy is really into Ojibwe, huh? Yeah, he is. I think he went. What is that called when you move to the res and you get all Indian? He went native. Yeah. You guys ever know that, where somebody moves up to a reservation and after about a year, they've hooked up with some, res lady living on track 33. They got more tattoos they know what to do with. They're speaking with just a thick res accent. And their family from the city comes up and is like, what happened to you? I went native. I went dances with wolves. I met a res girl and the transformation was complete. Yeah. Anyway, that'll count. Yep, he's cool. Yeah, he is cool. So what are we going to talk about today, sweetie? I don't know. Do you want to talk about prayer and all that? Should I talk about religion? You never talk about religion, sex, or politics. Never talk about religion, sex, or politics. That's what they say in Minnesota. We're Minnesota nice. There's just certain topics you should never talk about. You don't even like to admit what your beliefs are because it might make the other person uncomfortable. They might have to decide, oh, crap, I wanted to be friends with you, but now I realize you're... I wish you hadn't told me you were a Mormon. I thought you were cool, But, so lots of times people don't want to talk about that. Don't want to talk about sex. I'm getting to an age where I just want to hear about it. Yeah. I'm old school enough. I was like, well, it's none of your business what I think about anything having to do with, making babies. I'm not going to talk about it. That's not our way. We're shy. We don't have pride parades for the... So you don't talk about that. Now what's the other thing you can't talk about? Politics. Oh yeah, politics. Hey, how you guys think old Joe Biden's doing? He's our leader, Ogama. And our elder, our Gitche Anishinaabe. He's one of our great people. Yeah. And I think he's doing a great job. And not only do I think he's doing a great job, I think if anything were to happen to him, knock on wood, the country's in great hands with Kamala Harris. Are you serious? Not really. But again, you're not supposed to talk about that. Somebody out there, we're getting an angry call from Hunter Biden. Hey, leave my dad alone. What? Just talking politics. It's the politics of dancing, sweetie. The politics of dancing. You can dance if you want to. You can leave your friends behind. 'Cause your friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, well, they're no friends of mine. You can dance if you want to. Leave your friends behind. What do you care? They're just talking about religion, sex, and politics. Come dancing. Come dancing. Do you like dancing? I love dancing. Do you like dancing? I hate dancing. What do you mean you hate dancing? Yeah, I think it's stupid. All dancing. Powwow dancing, the waltz, the pogo. Well, I still approve of 80s dancing. What's 80s dancing? Remember like the pogo? Where you just put your hands by your side and you just bounce up and down. Yeah, that's the only kind of dancing I care to do. I don't want to march around a powwow ring, doing a two-step. I don't want to go on Dances with the Stars. Go dance with Chaz Bono or somebody. Go dance with Johnny LaRusso. Yeah. I saw a friend of mine the other day who got his like black belt in karate. And I'm like, hey, if it isn't Johnny LaRusso. And for a second, he didn't know what I was talking about. I went, what? Really? Doesn't everybody know the Karate Kid? He goes, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, now I get it. It's like, yeah. Come on, Cobra Kai. Get with it. If you're going to study karate, you need to know the movies by Ralph Macchio. Ralph Macchio, the Karate Kid. Yeah. Ralph Macchio. A lot of people forget that he was one of the main guys from The Outsiders. That's right. Remember The Outsiders, you guys? S.E. Hinton. About the greasers and the socias. The greasers and the socks. Yeah, I always thought it was the socks when I read the book. Some of you kids, if you're in the 8th grade, you probably have read The Outsiders in your English class. Not because it's a great book, but because the teacher can play the movie from the 80s with Tom Cruise and C. Thomas Howell and Patrick Swayze and Emilio. Doggone it, now I feel like I want to tell the story of The Outsiders. But I don't have a picture of The Outsiders. You want to pull up a picture of The Breakfast Club? No. Do I have a picture that could stand in for The Outsiders? How about Paul and Babe? This is a story of The Outsiders. Paul, Bunyan, and Babe. You see, back in the days of the grandfathers, way back in the good old days, like the 50s or the 60s, I was never clear what year the Outsiders took place. Well, there's greasers, so what were they, 50s? Yeah, again, I can't remember. Greasers, 50s or 60s? Seems like people still had grease in their hair in the 60s. Anyway, so it was back in the black and white days. And there were the poor kids on one side of the tracks. They were known as the greasers. They wore grease in their hair. They smoked cigarettes. They'd roll the cigarettes up in their t-shirts. They wore leather jackets. And they had cute, like, nicknames. Pony Boy. Soda Pop. Tex. Eminem. They all had these tough gang names because they were a gang. Back in the old days when gangs still wore their pants up in a proper way, wore belts, had nice hairstyles. These were the biker gangs, the greasers. And on the other side of town were the socias, the socialites. These were the rich kids. And they didn't wear grease in their hair. They were like preppies from the 80s. And they had cars and, But once in a while they get into gang fights with each other. They'd say, hey, let's go meet out at that playground. We're going to have a big old brawl, a gang fight. We're going to fight for territory and respect or something. And they go, okay, can I bring a gun? No guns. We'll just fight with our fists and bike chains. It must have been in the era when Joe Biden was a kid, because they were still like wrapping bike chains around each other's necks. Yeah. So when Joe Biden was a teenager. And occasionally people would bring switchblades. You might knife somebody. But you weren't supposed to just come in with an AK-47 and just waste everybody. So the date was set. Okay, we'll meet you on Saturday night. Don't forget to put in some hair gel. Comb your hair real nice. So all the guys got together and they were like going to go out for the fight. Going to beat up those preppy guys for being so rich. And the preppy guys came down because they just hated the greasers. And I don't know how a fight starts, but they're like, come on, let's go. It's like Braveheart or something. And the greasers went running towards the socias, and the socias came running towards the greasers. And Wham, bam, pow. Everyone beats up everybody and then a fight's over. But lying there on the ground, you find out, Johnny LaRusso brought a knife and he stabbed a guy and he killed him. And they're like, hey, dummy, I thought you knew karate. He goes, yeah, that doesn't work in real life, okay? I had to stab this guy. I'm just Johnny LaRusso. I'm just a little Ralph Macchio. I don't even have muscles like Patrick Swayze. So I brought a knife and I knifed this guy dead. And they were like, well, you better go run out in the country. Here, go with your friend, Soda Pop. So Johnny Boy and Soda Pop go run out into the country. And they find an old abandoned church. There's a lot of those up here. Have you ever noticed that? All the old abandoned churches out in the country. Yeah. Places like Guthrie or whatever, where in the not too distant past, there used to be a community. And they actually have a church. It'll be sitting in the middle of some old cow field. And nobody's been there for years. All the boards are rotting. But anyway, so they find one of those old churches or something. And they camp out there. And they hunt rabbit. And they sneak into town. Oh, they dye their hair blonde. For some reason. And then they go into town. They get some bologna, some sandwiches, some cigarettes, and whatever. And they're just camping out, waiting for it to cool down in town. And as they're goofing around out there, I think they accidentally start a fire, maybe, or somehow a family gets trapped in there when they're not around. And they come back, and the whole place is on fire, and Johnny LaRusso runs in there to save a little girl. And he gets a beam, falls on his back, and he's all messed up. They rush him to the hospital, but the little girl's saved and everything. And all his brothers and his friends, the greasers, they come to the hotel room, or the hospital room. They're like, oh, wow, Johnny LaRusso. First you kill a guy with a knife, and now you saved a little girl from a burning fire you started. Guys really need to be more careful. But now, what's happening? You're going to die. And he looks up at old Soda Pop. And he says, hey, Soda Pop. Stay golden. No, he looks up at Pony Boy. I get his friends mixed up because their names are also fruity. Yeah, no kidding. Talk about gay pride. Yeah, talk about gay pride. The outsiders. But he looks up at his boyfriend, Pony Boy. Pony Boy. And he says, all that's green is golden, Pony Boy. Stay golden, Pony Boy. And he dies. Just dead. And all of the fellas are all crying around. Oh, poor Johnny. And this is the story of The Outsiders. A book by a girl. It's a book written by a girl. Essie Hidden. To learn more about the books by a girl, read That Was Then, This Is Now. Text. Not text, but Tex. Like Texas. Is there anything else? There's one about the older brother who was on a motorcycle. Oh yeah, that was pretty good too. I actually read all her books. I like her, Essie Hidden. Anyway. This has been Buju Nana Buju's Moment of Literature. You know what else is a good book to read? What's that? The Kalijah Diaries. The Kalijah Diaries? What's that? That's the diaries of Kalijah, the poor old wooden Indian. Get out of here. Yeah, it's true. Kalijah, some of your kids won't remember the song. Kalijah was a wooden Indian standing by the door. And he fell in love with an Indian maiden, just like me, sweetie. No, get out of here. He fell in love with an Indian maiden out on the in the other store. But he could never tell her how he felt. Because he was just a poor old Indian, Many people wondered why his face was so red. Well, it's because he blushed. Kalijah, the poor old wooden Indian head. Is that how that goes? I don't think that's how it goes. Kalijah was a wooden Indian standing by the door. He fell in love with an Indian maiden in the antique store. Kalijah, he could never tell her something. He could never let his feelings show. So she could never answer yes or no. Kalijah. Kalijah was a wooden Indian. Wait a hey a ho. The way he'd gone nuttig. Drumstick, sweetie. This is the only kind of music I like. Wait oh, hey away. Drumming away. That's the only kind of music you like? No. I like rock and roll. I'm a metalhead. Are you a metalhead? Not really. I'm a closet easy listening fan. Are you? Yeah. I like the soft rock. I think I do too. Anyway, so Kalijah. This is the other statue Bemidji is famous for. Kalijah is on the opposite end of the street. He's actually waving at Paul Bunyan and Babe. Everybody knows about Paul Bunyan and Babe, but what they don't know is the, Heil Hitler guy in front of Morel's jewelry. Oh, come on in here, get some authentic Indian jewelry. Come buy some sage at Morel's overpriced tourist trap. I used to call him Chief Adolf. But there was a time in history when people were really into cheap-looking statues. Sure, we don't have those marble statues that they have in Duluth, behind St. Scholastica and that. Maybe we don't have the statue of David and Pait, No, Michelangelo didn't live up here. We got this. We got a Paul Bunyan statue. Looks like he's made out of Play-Doh. Some bizarre, wrongly colored animal called a blue ox. And a fascist, Hitler-loving Kalijah, the wooden Indian. With a stereotypical one. Where's Antifa when you need them? What do you mean? You know how they're always like tearing down statues of Columbus and stuff? I wish they'd come to Bemidji and take down our statues. No, I like Paul Bunyan and Babe. Do you? Yeah, it's our history. Yeah, I kind of do too, actually. I even like this guy. Because it's hilarious. People don't know what to do with it. They feel too guilty to ever take him down. They just let the tree grow up in front of him. It looks like he's pruning a tree, But they're like, is this racist? Against Indians or against Jews? We don't know. But would it look even more racist if we took him down? I'm so confused. Well, that's what you get if you come to Bemidji Gamug this summer, you guys. Home of the confusing, weird-looking artwork. And then, of course, there's that overrated Chief Bemidji statue. The one they made just a few years ago? Yeah. Chief Bemidji with his legs just slightly too short. Check it out next time you're walking by the Chief Bemidji statue on the lake walk in Bemidji. His legs are too short. I've noticed that too. Yeah, it's embarrassing. Like, oh, here's the not embarrassing. Tell you the truth, when I was a kid, they told me this was Chief Bemidji. This shirtless guy wearing a pair of khakis A feather in his hair, and a little girly, one of those pigtails. Those are, yeah, it's a pigtail, isn't it? Yeah. Me, Chief Bemidji. But then they came up with a new improved Chief Bemidji. A realistic looking guy. Much smaller. Holding like a pipe or something. And his legs are too short. But nobody can say anything because hey, quit being a racist. It's like, no, I'm not saying Indian legs are too short. The statue's legs are too short. Go back. Do it again. How about make him smile next time? Got a crabby looking Chief Bemidji. Shina Wishkung. The man who rattles. The man who rattles. You ready to get up here? Yeah, sure. I'll let Natasha get up here. Should I play a commercial first? Why don't you play the, what is it called? Sarah McLachlan ad? Oh, yeah. Arms of the Angel. Buju Nana Buju will return after these messages. Spend all your time waiting for that second chance, for a break that would make it okay. There's always some reason to feel not good enough, and it's hard at the end of the day. I need some distraction, oh beautiful release. Memories seep from my veins. Let me be empty, oh, and weightless, and maybe I'll find some peace tonight. In the arms of the angel, fly away from here, from the dark, cold hotel room, in the endlessness that you feel. You pulled from the wreckage of your silent reverie. You're in the arms of the angel. May you find some comfort here. Hey everybody, won't you be an angel to these animals? But if you want to support the show, you can click the link and become a Patreon supporter. And Patreon supporters get, for $5 a month, you get this cartoon by Michael Lyons. And for $10 a month, you can get this, like, snow on skin. And it's a Nana Buju coffee table book. And, otherwise, leave us a tip on PayPal. Yeah. All right. In the arms of the angel, fly away from here, from this dark, cold hotel room, and the endlessness that you feel. You pull from the wreckage of your silent reverie. You're in the arms of the angel. May you find some comfort here. Oh, that was beautiful. Yeah. And by the way, I'm not really Sarah McLachlan. Whatever her name was. Buju! And welcome back to Buju Nana Buju. Just teleported out here to the lakeside. Wanted to check things out before the sun goes down. What a pleasant evening. What a good evening. Mino Onagoshin. Good evening. Mino Onagoshin. A long, long time ago, I can still remember how that music used to make me smile. And I can't remember if I cried when I read about Eddie Van Halen died. Something touched me deep inside the day Eddie Van Halen died. La-di-da-di. So many rock stars. That's when you know that you're getting old, when your childhood heroes all die of old age. Who do we lose in recent years? Prince, David Bowie. I mean, Michael Jackson, I guess. Neil Peart, Eddie Van Halen. There's like a really great band in heaven right now. Eric Carr on the drums. Mina bashki mina sagani batu se chikani bakwe shikan. Mina bashki mina sagani batu se chikani bakwe shikan. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, what should I talk about? Should I say a prayer? Should I pray for the Bougie crew? Oh, get your money to help them. Forgive them, they know not what they do. Nah. I went to church this morning. And, there is something kind of spiritual that goes on in churches. I'm not even sure half the people understand. Well, they probably do, but they just wouldn't say it. When the little kids come, and when we sing songs that everybody remembers from their childhood, and when people pray together and share, there's always a time when someone says, any prayer requests? And people will talk up from the pew, oh, you pray for my grandma. She's got the gout. She's got the COVID. Would you pray for my kid? But sometimes you do feel like a spiritual, old-timey vibe in that little res church. Mocha sunrise. Soon it'll be the Bungishimo, the sunset. But then something always happens to me. I don't know if I just learned this as a child, but I get so sleepy when I'm in church. It's so hard for me to listen. And I always think, wait, did I miss something? It seems like you guys just dived into the deep end of the Bible. I don't understand any of the context. Why are we paying attention? Who are these guys who aren't Jesus? Why are we reading about them? Why should I care? Oh, one of the disciples, he healed somebody. What? Now the disciples are healing people? But you don't want to be rude and say, hey, pastor, why don't you talk about Jesus once in a while? That's the thing I'm interested in. Why don't you talk about Genesis again? Talk about Satan, for crying out loud. That's what's interesting. I want to start from the beginning again. What is up? Is God real? What is prayer? Does he listen to us? How do we know? Oh, the Bible told me so. Well, good. How do we know that's accurate? Can we start over? I think we're all based on a whole bunch of assumptions here. That this Bible infallible. It can't be. There's no way that anybody could possibly mess with it in any. This is the one thing in the world, the one document that Satan has had no effect on. you know. But then, like, how do we know God exists? You know, our ancestors passed down certain things. Oh, hey, by the way, he's called the Great Spirit, and if you pray, he will help you. He was the creator. You have a soul, and there's something about prayer where you can speak to him and he hears you. We go, oh, okay. How do you know? you know? Well, because my elder told me. It was written in the Gagikwe Mazina Igun. It's in his preach book. But I don't know. When artists and people like that talk about inspiration, I was inspired. Or we'll see somebody do something really bold. Michelangelo, he was inspired by God. Inspiration, in spirit. And sometimes I want to believe that all of us, but me in particular, get inspired. Somehow the Spirit of God, the Holy Monadug, the Jippe, whatever. But there's a spiritual thing going on. And I get ideas. Or maybe weird coincidences. You know, you cross paths with somebody you're supposed to. A certain song comes on the radio just at a certain time. Money comes from nowhere. From the last place you'd expect. 2 days after you asked God to help you. You know, sometimes if you look for it, you go, oh yeah, I've seen evidence of God answering prayer. I was sick, and then I said, please help me get better, and now I feel great. Thank you. But there's a little voice that's always like, yeah, or did he have nothing to do with that? Maybe you would have gotten better anyway. How do you know it was God who healed you? Maybe it was Satan who healed you. Does he have that kind of power? And who knows? Pastor doesn't know. He knows all about the Bible. He can tell you what the Bible said. But nobody knows. You know, did Satan die somewhere along the way? Is he alive? Is he an individual that we, you know? I spent many years kind of doubting the existence of Satan, but believing the existence of God. It's like, oh yeah, the Creator exists, but there's no Satan. It's all just good. Everything is just 100% good. And then I started researching Satanism. And I found out not only is... I don't know if I found out Satan's real. There's definitely a religion that worships Satan the way Christianity worships Jesus. And there seems to be, you know, deception over deception over deception for generations. There seems to be some kind of force that's trying to hide the existence of a creator. It seems like somebody's trying to make us not believe in God. Why would he care? Who cares what you believe? You know, can't help what you believe. Can you? I mean, if everyone's been lying to you your whole life, it's not your fault. I don't know. Anyway, let me say a quick prayer and get back. Asema. Get you manadu. Utapanani we asema. Except my tobacco. So, yeah, those are just some of my questions I had this evening. Oh. They say that you know my thoughts even before I think them and all this stuff, so they say that you would have known I would have had those questions and you would have known everything before and after and blah blah blah. But how could they possibly know such a thing? Did you really reveal yourself to people in the Bible and then for some reason just went away? Are you there, God? It's me, Margaret. No. Do you hear? And if something happened right now to kind of make me feel like, oh, that was a sign from God, I still wouldn't be able to say, oh, there's your proof. An angel just appeared. You might think, oh, yeah, I saw an angel. And I ate that mushroom I thought were the morels, but maybe it was a psychedelic mushroom. I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily even trust myself. So who knows? Anyway, miigwech gakina gegu. Or gaishi gakina gegu. Gaishi chikan nungu. Thank you for everything that you do today. Dash miigwech bisandawi yeg. And thank you for listening. Apenge. Amen. 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 Better go back. Go see my man. Okay, bonjour. Hey, sweetie. You ready to come home? Yeah. Would you pick me up? You got it. 1 to teleport. Make it so, number 1. No. It's not working again. Remember, you gotta jiggle the wire? I'm jiggling the wire. Push the button first, and then jiggle the wire. But keep your finger on the button when you're jiggling the... wire. Yeah, there we go. That old thing. I know. I'd buy a new one if we had more Junia. Well, why don't you ask the people for money? Hey, everybody, if you'd like to support the show, we have a Patreon page, a PayPal page, and a GoFundMe page. Links are in the description. Patreon, you give a little bit every month, and we send you a book. PayPal, you give us this one time, and we don't send you anything. And GoFundMe, you send a lot, and we don't send anything. I don't understand our money platforms. I don't either. Can you remind me of the books? Yeah, okay. If you don't want to sign up for $10 a month to get a book, you can just order a book from Michael Lyons on Amazon.com. Books like Mixed Blood. The story of a half-breed. That sounds racist. Yeah, it's totally racist. About a girl of mixed racial background, a bicultural, biracial girl named Mixed Blood. And for a limited time, order Rockstar Cartoonist, a comic book autobiography by Michael Lyons. Don't tell them about that book. Why? You don't want them ordering this book? No, it's pretty stupid. I like it. Rockstar Cartoonist is a black and white comic book that Michael wrote and illustrated. And every page is 1 year in his life. And you deal with the issues of being a cartoonist, What else? I talk about cartoons, bands, or music I was into. Yeah. And girls that I liked at the time. Those three things? Yeah, and I tried to make it funny. Okay. Rockstar cartoonist by and about Michael Lyons. A comic book autobiography. And, I don't know, Baby Doll, what do you think? Should we call it a show? I guess we could call it a show. Unless you have anything you want to add. No, that's pretty good. Did you want to take another call? I could take another call. On line 2? Yep, line 2. Caller, welcome to the Boozhoo Nana Boozhoo podcast. You're on the air.
Hey there, Natasha. It's me, Keanu Reeves.
Well, hi, Keanu Reeves. Sweetie, it's Keanu Reeves. Hey there, Keanu.
Hey there, little dude. Love your show, love your show. Natasha, wanted to know if I could learn some Ojibwe Moan. I want to learn the Ojibwe language.
Well, sure. You want to learn the word of the day?
How do you say Sunday in Ojibwe?
In Ojibwe, we call Sunday Prayer Day. Anima e Gisha Good.
Anima e Gijagud. Oh, that's gnarly, dude.
Yeah. Anima e Gisha Good is our word for Prayer Day. And we also talked about Minnow Onagoshin is how we say good evening.
Minnow Onago Shin. That's totally rad. Minnow Onago Shin, Natasha.
You too, not Keanu. And then if you're going to talk about all evening, we say Gabe Onagosh. Onagosh.
Gabe Onagosh. All evening. Oh, totally gnarly, dude.
Yeah. And finally, Boozhoo means hello.
Boozhoo. Right on, right on.
And when we say goodbye, we don't say goodbye. We say, I will see you again. Gigawaba min minawa.
Gigawaba min minawa, Natasha.
Yeah, you're really learning a lot of Ojibwe.
Well, you know, I like to learn the language. It helps me connect with my ancestors.
Oh, are you Anishinaabe?
I'm actually Hawaiian. I should be learning the hula.
The hula?
Yeah, get a grass skirt, dance around like I'm Hawaiian. That'd be gnarly. That'd be rad.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to meet my girlfriend?
Oh, here we go.
You know, she's old and ugly and nasty, but I don't even care. I think she's beautiful on the inside. Hang on. Hey, sweetie, you want to come on the Boozhoo Nana Boozhoo podcast? Say hello to Natasha?
What's that, Sonny?
I said, do you want to be on Boozhoo Nana Boozhoo? You can talk to Natasha. She wants to say Boozhoo.
Okay, hang on, honey.
Here's my girlfriend.
Hello, sweetie. How are you this evening? Well, hi, Keanu Reeves' girlfriend. How are you? What's that? I said, how are you? I'm tired. I can't. I gotta go to bed. I pooped my pants.
Oh, doggone it. Listen, Natasha, I gotta go. My girlfriend just pooped her pants. I'm gonna have to clean it up. It's all nasty and gross. But I don't even care, 'cause I love her for who she is on the inside.
Okay. Well, Gigawaba Min, Minawa. Good luck with that, Keanu.
Yeah, Gigawaba Min, Minawa, Natasha.
Every time. Yeah, I'm getting the impression that she she poops her pants a lot. I know, and she's not even that old. I don't know why he's always got to drag her on just to embarrass her. Yeah, well, he wants credit for dating somebody who's almost as old as he is. I know. Ugh. Hey, Brian's here. Bonjour, Brian Souls. Okay, Brian. And John Redcorn, live long and prosper. Live long and... That's what the Vulcans say, sweetie. Mr. Spock. Mr. Spock. Speaking of half-breeds and Amish bloods. Yeah, Spock was half human. Yeah, people forget that. Star Trek used to be cool with... I mean, they were like at the original woke TV show. What do you mean? Well, like they were diverse way back in the day. The original Star Trek. Having, Lieutenant Uhura or whatever. You have a black chick in a mini skirt and go-go boots. Driving the thing. That's true. And there was the Chinese guy and the Russian guy. And then, the mixed blood, Mr. Spock. He was half Vulcan and half human. Did you know that Star Trek had the first interracial kiss on TV?
Is that right?
Yeah. Captain Kirk and Lieutenant Uhura. Uhura. Oh, wowza is what I say.
Yeah, she was something else, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was. They should bring back the mini skirt and the go-go boots.
Nah.
You didn't like the mini skirt?
No, that's a 60s look. She should have been more, humble.
Why? Because of the Anishinaabe way?
Yeah, man, your skirt should go down to your ankles. It's not a way to be showing off your leg.
You're so old-fashioned.
I'm traditional.
Yeah, okay. Hey, what are you doing over there?
I'm just watching the show.
Should I land the plane?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, everybody. Just want to wish you all a Mino Onagoshin. Good evening. And, you want to add anything?
No, that's good.
All right. And from the bottom of my heart, miigwech. Whoa. What happened to the lights? Oh, it's because this thing's down here. We gotta do something about that.
Yeah.
From the bottom of my heart, miigwech bisandawieg. Thank you for listening. Dash miigwech ganawabieg. And thank you for watching Buju Nana Buju, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. I am Natasha. This over here is Nana Buju.
Okay, miigwech.
This over here is Michael Lyons, the none other than the one and only rockstar cartoonist.
Thanks for watching, you guys.
And I am Natasha, and I will see you again. Gigawa Bamit Minawa. Sweetie pie.
One to teleport.
See you tomorrow morning. You can sew number one.